What is gross negligence under Colorado law? Gross negligence is an important legal term in the context of personal injury law. It refers to a level of carelessness or recklessness that is so severe that it goes beyond ordinary negligence. In Colorado, if a person acted with gross negligence in causing an injury to someone else, they may be held financially responsible for the damages that result from that injury. What is negligence under Colorado personal injury law? In the context of personal injury law, negligence occurs when a person or entity fails to act as a reasonable person would in similar circumstances, and this failure leads to an injury. In order to prove negligence in a personal injury case, the victim must establish that the defendant owed a duty of care to the plaintiff, that this duty of care was breached, that the breach was the direct cause of the plaintiff's injury, the injury resulted in damages to the plaintiff. Duty of care. In a legal negligence claim, the duty of care refers to the legal obligation of one party to exercise a reasonable level of caution while performing any acts that could foreseeably harm others. This duty of care is owed to all foreseeable plaintiffs, which means that individuals or entities must take steps to prevent harm to anyone who it is reasonably foreseeable could be injured as a result of their actions or inaction. Breach of duty of care. In a negligence claim, a breach occurs when the defendant fails to act as a reasonable person would under the circumstances. This means that the person failed to meet the standard of care expected of them to protect others from harm. Causation. Under Colorado personal injury law, causation refers to the connection between the defendant's breach of duty of care and the plaintiff's injury or damages. In order for the plaintiff to successfully win a negligence claim, they must be able to show that the defendant's actions, or lack of action, were the direct cause of their injury or damages. Damages. In a legal negligence claim, damages refer to the harm or losses suffered by the plaintiff as a result of the defendant's actions, or lack of action. Damages may include both economic damages, such as medical expenses or lost wages, and non-economic damages, such as pain and suffering or loss of enjoyment of life. The goal of awarding damages in a negligence claim is to compensate the plaintiff for the harm or losses they have suffered and to hold the defendant accountable for their actions. What is gross negligence under Colorado personal injury law? Gross negligence refers to a level of carelessness or recklessness significantly greater than ordinary negligence. In Colorado, gross negligence is considered to be a conscious and voluntary disregard for the safety of others. In a personal injury claim, a plaintiff may be able to recover damages if they can prove that the defendant's actions constituted gross negligence. What is the difference between negligence and gross negligence? The difference between negligence and gross negligence lies in the degree of carelessness or recklessness involved. In general, the standard for proving gross negligence is higher than ordinary negligence. What is the standard for gross negligence under Colorado law? Gross negligence requires the victim to prove the defendant exercised a conscious indifference. In other words, the defendant had knowledge her conduct would likely result in harm and proceeded anyway. How to prove gross negligence? Proving gross negligence can be complex and may require extensive evidence and testimony. In order to prove gross negligence, a plaintiff must be able to show that the defendant's actions or lack of action were significantly more careless or reckless than ordinary negligence. This typically requires evidence of intentional or reckless behavior on the part of the defendant. Why should I care about negligence versus gross negligence in my accident and injury case? Gross negligence can become a critical issue in your accident and injury case for a couple reasons. First, gross negligence may allow you to collect punitive damages. Punitive damages are extra damages a court can award for wanton recklessness. Punitive damages can significantly increase the amount of compensation you can receive in your personal injury case. Second, gross negligence can defeat a valid waiver of negligence claims. Many businesses require you to waive claims against the business in exchange for participating in activities like recreation or sports. In Colorado, this is extremely common, if not universal, for ski resorts. To pursue these defendants, a victim often must allege and prove gross negligence to recover any compensation. Hire a Denver personal injury attorney for your gross negligence claim. If you believe you have a gross negligence claim, you should talk to the experienced and knowledgeable personal injury attorneys at Front Range Injury Attorneys. Often these cases are more difficult to pursue because they typically involve more severe injuries, greater damages, and more complex legal issues. Our Denver personal injury attorneys are experienced and aggressive advocates for our clients both in and out of court.